Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers 2015 Combiner Wars Windcharger. And I just found this guy last night. I saw him on the shelf and I wasn't sure if I was going to pick him up for a couple of reasons. Last year I picked up this guy's a repaint. Last year we got Tailgate. And I do have Tailgate. I picked him up last year, and I wasn't crazy about that figure. I was a little disappointed with that one. And also because, what was it, about 3 years ago, there was another version of Windcharger that came out with the Generations line. And it was Generations or Reveal the Shield, actually. It was Reveal the Shield. It was a basic size. I think back then we were calling them Legends. And I like that figure. I like that figure quite a bit, and I went through great pains to get it, actually. So, I already had the character, and I wasn't crazy about the Tailgate version, so I wasn't sure if I was going to pick this guy up. But I saw him on the shelf. I figured, what the heck, let me grab him and check him out. And I'm glad I did, because I ended up liking him better than I did Tailgate. So let's get started with this review. Released in January of 2015. This guy is brand new, and he's starting to hit stores right now as of the time of this recording. And he's retailing approximately $10, depending on where you get him. Taking a look at the packaging real quick. He comes packaged in the new style Combiner Wars packaging with the black background and the red lettering. And now, something very interesting is that in the artwork, this artwork is very obviously depicting, I ripped up the packaging a little bit when I opened them, but the artwork is very obviously depicting this new character that, this figure right here. This is what this artwork is depicting. But unlike these Legends figures that we were getting last year, these guys were coming with these smaller, and Tailgate did too. They came with these smaller weapon companion figures. These guys don't come with that anymore. What this guy comes with, he comes with his instructions, and he comes with a little card. As most of these, or all of these Combiner figures are coming with now. These guys are all coming out with these little collector's cards. Here's the interesting thing about this, though. This artwork on this card is not the artwork on this packaging. Okay, so the artwork on the packaging depicts this figure here, where the artwork on this card, this is the artwork for the character that I was telling you about just now, for the previous Windcharger from the Reveal the Shield line. So I found that very interesting. So he comes packaged with that, and then look at the back of the packaging there. Shows you some art, the actual product pictures, and 4 languages of just a very short bio there. I'll just zoom it in real quick. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it and read that real quick. Okay, so getting back to the figure, let's get back in the frame here, and focus, man, focus, there he is. So, here in vehicle mode, I don't know what kind of vehicle this is. Previously, Windcharger was based on a Mustang. This guy isn't really based on anything. He's just a random or generic sports car, but he looks pretty cool. Here in vehicle mode, he's approximately 3 1/4 inches long and about 1 inch tall. He rolls fairly well, and he's a very nicely detailed little car. There you go. Let's see if we can get in close and see some details on this guy. I really wish they would go back to painting wheels on these guys, or actually molding wheels so that we could paint them, because I don't really even know what to do with those things, honestly. But there's a look at the wheels. Here's a look at the hood in the top there. I do like the way those exhausts stick out in the back, though. I find that a little badass. I like that. I do enjoy that a bit. So there you go. There's Windcharger in vehicle mode, and for comparison, here he is next to Tailgate, the previous or last year's release. And see, Tailgate did come with painted wheels, and I like that a lot. I like the painted wheels better. But like I said, I wasn't crazy about this figure. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just a paint job on him or what. It was just my impressions of this guy were meh. But for some reason with Windcharger, I enjoy this mold. So it's just weird how that works sometimes. But there he is next to Tailgate. And here he is with his previous Reveal the Shield incarnation. And the Reveal the Shield figure is a little bigger. And as you can see, it's a Ford Mustang. very cool little figure. It was rather difficult to get there for a while. I actually went through some pains to get this guy. So there he is with Reveal the Shield Windcharger. So getting into transformation. Transformation is relatively simple for this guy. Go down here to the bottom. The feet are pegged into the sides. Feet are actually pegged into the sides of the doors here, which are going to be the arms. So just go ahead and pull these guys off. And just kind of pull them off to the side. And then back here, these rear quarter panels, go ahead and just unpeg those from the back here. And that's going to release the legs, and you can just kind of get these guys out of the way. Before I go any further with the legs, I'm going to go up here to the front. And these, the doors and the hood here, these are going to be the arms. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull these to the sides, unpeg these. And then I'm just going to rotate them upwards just to get them out of the way while I work with the legs. The legs do transform pretty cool because there's a lot of rotation that goes on here. So these guys are gonna these joints are gonna rotate down, but at the same time, where these exhaust pipes are at, these exhaust pipes are going to rotate up on this hinge here. So while you're rotating them up, you have to rotate the legs down at the same time and get them past these exhaust pipes and get them all the way down like so. There's a little peg right here at his torso that's going to peg into the inside of those pipes there. So that's going to peg in. And it's going to create pretty much the hips there. These black pieces on the legs, go ahead and turn these forward. And then take the feet and straighten them out. Take the whole top roof section of the car here, unpeg that, rotate it up without taking the robot back apart again. There you go. Put this back in place. Bring the arms down. And then unpeg the doors from the sides here and rotate them forward so that shows the fists. And there is Windcharger in robot mode. Now, there's a couple of things you can do here with this leg kibble. A couple of things here. In the packaging, the picture on the back of the packaging shows it exactly the way it transforms. Just like that, with no wheels showing. Okay? So, and that's just without rotating it. But these guys can rotate, and this is actually the way he comes packaged. If you rotate these guys around, you can rotate those. And this is the way he comes packaged with the wheels facing forward. I think really the choice is up to you which way you want to go. I mean, obviously the package shows you both ways. And I know that lately a lot of these guys come mistransformed in package for packaging purposes. But I think this works out well because it kind of gives you a choice of what you want to do. Obviously, a lot of times when you go into robot mode, you want to eliminate as many car parts as possible. So maybe you want to go this way. However, when you rotate the wheel around, it creates less kibble. I think this looks smaller and more linear than this does. So it really kind of is up to you which way you want to go. And then also when you're, if you got this guy side by side with tailgate, you could do one for one of them and then flip them around for the other. And it might help to differentiate the two of them. So for the purposes of this review, since he came packaged with the wheels around and it's just adds one more step to the transformation, I'm going to go ahead and rotate them around. And I'm going to show him off this way just for the purpose of this transformation. So it could be done either way. The shoulders are on a hinge here, so you can really just kind of bring them up or bring them as far down as you want. I kind of like to bring them somewhere in between right there. And there is Windcharger in robot mode, and I think he looks pretty cool. He actually looks very G1. I like him a lot. Here in robot mode, Windcharger stands approximately 3.5 inches tall. As far as articulation goes, no articulation at the head. He's kind of recessed in there. If there is any articulation in there, I haven't found it. I mean, it's so difficult to get in there to move it around that if there is any, I don't know about it, but I don't think there is. But there is a hinge right here at the shoulders for transformation. So like I mentioned, you can move his shoulders up and down some, so you can put them wherever you find best. His shoulders, his proper shoulders, are on a ball joint. So you can rotate these guys all the way around. You can go forward and backwards. You can tilt them in and out. You got full range of motion on those shoulders. Ball jointed elbows. So again, full bend, rotation all over the place with these guys. No articulation at the fist. No articulation at the waist. Once again, ball jointed hips. So in and out, forward, backwards, a little bit of rotation all over the place. Ball jointed knees again. I mean, this is like a basic size what am I thinking of? Beast Wars figure. This guy is just ball joints everywhere, lots of articulation. Small, super articulated figure is what this reminds me of. So again, with the knee, ball joint, so bend, rotation, all over the place. And because of transformation, you got some tilt on the ankle there. So yeah, it's a pretty poseable little figure. Like I said, this guy reminds me of like a basic Beast Wars figure, you know, just a small, very well articulated with ball joints all over the place. Small figure, and I really like it. Very poseable, very fun little figure, and I've actually just really surprisingly loved this figure so much, because as much as I love the previous incarnation of Windcharger, this guy does look a little more G1, and that's always a plus for me. So there he is, Windcharger in robot mode. And for comparison, here he is with Tailgate. And with Tailgate, I've left the those quarter panels, I left them rotated around so you can see what I was talking about, just to kind of give them a little bit of difference there. And you know what? In fact, you could even do this. Take the roof section here, and you can even bring that down a little bit. So that way, one thing about Tailgate, this thing always bugged me with Tailgate. This little tab that I told you about right there at the waist, and does not tab for me. Never has. And that just bugged the crap out of me. It always has. It always just bothers me. But anyway, this is not about Tailgate. It's about Windcharger. So please stand up for me. There you go. So that. So just one more step you could do to just kind of differentiate the two of them. I just went ahead and rotated the roof portion down on the vehicle mode for Tailgate. Just one more thing to kind of make these guys look a little more different from each other. So there you go. There he is with Tailgate, and here he is with his previous Reveal the Shield incarnation, which is going to be considerably bigger. And again, another figure that I absolutely love, but this guy, when it came to the robot mode, not so G1 looking because of the hood chest, and G1 Windcharger didn't have a wind chest, or a car chest he had, or hood chest. He had more of the gray chest like this guy has. So I am really digging. I'm really, really glad. Like I said, I almost passed him up. I put him back on the shelf and I walked away from him, and then I turned around and I went back and got him. So, and I'm really glad I did. It's a cool little figure. I'm really digging the look of him. Like I said, I didn't. If you're like me at all, if you picked up Tailgate and you weren't crazy with him, and you're on the fence about picking this guy up, and you like Windcharger, give this guy a shot, because I've been completely turned around on this mode because of this figure. I'm super glad I picked him up. And I think that is going to do it for 2015 Combiner Wars Windcharger. What did you think of this figure? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What figure would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment down below. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see. And I'll talk to you next time.